and we are eagerly waiting for your session, madam. And thank you very much. You are welcome, madam. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Dr. Moses Garu. It is my privilege to be introduced by you. And Principal of Andhra Christian College, Dr. Anita Susan Garu, coordinators of this program, Dr. V. Ezra Vijayshekar and Dr. Moses Garu, and the participants of this international webinar. A very good morning to all of you. Today morning when I saw the message WhatsApp that Dr. Moses Garu has extended this Zoom to 500 participants, then I could estimate and imagine the spirit of the participants. I welcome all the participants, and my topic is on information communication technology tools, ICT tools. Today, when we see our society around us, from months old babies to the senior citizens, we are all getting involved and being the utilizers and the users of ICT knowingly and unknowingly. We does not know, most of us does not know that we are the participants of this ICT, but we are the part of it, and we are the generators of that ICT. So coming to the education and today's topic ICT, which is with respect to all the domains, but we will focus on the education only. So if we come to the education, how well we are utilizing the ICT and how well we are imparting our knowledge to the students through this ICT, we will see in today's class, today's my webinar. We will just start, I'll just start with my, I'll just start with my PowerPoint for 1 minute, and then later we will see the demonstration of these tools. Here we are. Today's, I hope all of you are looking at my PowerPoint presentation where I'm sharing this with the screen. Yes. Just our today's tour will be just for 5 or 10 minutes. We will see just what is this ICT and what are the tools and applications of it. This goes only for 10 or 15 minutes, and later 45 minutes we will see the online demonstration of these tools. Very few tools, lots and lots of are there, but I have picked only few of them, which are some are synchronized and some are asynchronized. We will see what all these are, which are interactive as well as non-interactive. Just for the motivation, I just want to give some quotation of today by John Dewey, who is the author. If we teach today as we taught yesterday, we rob our children of tomorrow. This really, I felt that is true, because we ourselves are changing day by day the environment around us. So we need to go and cope up with that environment. And one more Chinese proverb, it says like, do not confine your children to your own learning, for they were born in another time. And just this is one more proverb. We need technology in and every classroom and in every student teacher's hand. And because it is the pen and paper of our time, but it is the lens through which we experience much of our world. So this is by David Warlick. He is also one very famous author, American author. Yeah, I would like to start before I defining what is ICT. Just would like to define, would like to start with who is what I felt as the best user or the privileged ICT user. If we can see the environment where he is there and who is he, what is his age, and we can estimate what is his education background. By seeing this, we are getting half of the knowledge of what he is. So he's an old person in a village who is a farmer, very comfortably, conveniently talking with somebody through his mobile. So we can say that he's using the mobile. So just this mobile, it is one of the ICT tool. Just for information, we all are using nowadays, all are using the mobiles, we are using laptops, we are paying our bills, we are booking our tickets, we are estimating what will happen tomorrow. Everything we are doing with some gadgets in our hand, with some resources through the internet. So all this we can say as ICT tools. So if we can take another, if we come to the education part, see how well we are utilizing, how the environment of the classroom is changing. If we see this middle picture, just in the, now it is getting overlapped with the classroom board, and now they are directly visualizing the concepts what they would like to teach. This is inside the classroom. And if you see this, the other windows, this and this one, these are the classes I have taken through Zoom during the lockdown period. It is similar to the classroom. It is just like, I can say that this, with the ICT, I can teach my classes and the students can listen to that. It is nowhere less than the real physical classroom. So what we will see in today's class is, we, though I said like it is like ICT means not only for the education, we can see like we can see different aspects or different facets of this ICT. Well, starting from the farmers, we can see the bankers, the insurances, government services, village centers, and any other organizations. We are using this ICT for our own convenience. If we take the education to ourselves, as I have given the examples, education means it is like the different aspects of education, whether it is teaching or learning or assessing any sort of curricular, we are simply doing that with the ICT. And the other things, even if you take the business, they can estimate what their business will be tomorrow, how it will be, and they can estimate what the weather will be, how it will be. The government services, how it is providing. Nowadays, we can sit at home and pay all our bills and everything, book or reservation tickets or movie tickets. Everything is just in our hands, comfortable, convenient, and easy. So the main resources and the main hardware components with the help of software internet is our ICT tools. So what we can define, how we can define this ICT? Is there any definition for ICT? Just with the simple ICT, we cannot define, but we can say that as it just refers to some set of tools, some set of technologies. What these tools, what these technologies will do is, they are just storing or generating data or the information. As I said, we ourselves are the data generators. When we are generating the data generators, there is much information hidden reside inside that data. So somebody has to retrieve that information, give that information to others for the sake of ease of communication. So we are doing that in the form of communication. And what is this information is, this information has been hidden in the data, where this data has been generated by us, generated by the weather, generated by our activities. So that information we are communicating to somebody with the help of tools, with the help of technologies around us. This is what we can say as ICT: information, communication, and technology. So added to this definition, or to this word, we can say as information, communication, and technology. What I felt is, in my perspective, ICT with the tools, information, you are communicating with the technology through the tools. This is what the information. So, and this is what the communication. And nowadays we can see the pictures. I just kept only the education purpose pictures. This education is being imparted inside the classrooms in a very enhanced way, where instead of the book and paper in front of a student, each student in front of them, they are having one desktop, they are having laptops. So because of this ICT, somebody need not go to the school or classes at any point. But of course, nothing can replace the direct teaching. but what are all the advanced versions around us. And we can even have this teaching sitting in our home, in our room. And as I said, it is not only for the youth, it is not only for the education, it is for the overall community, overall society, in each and every facet. It is whatever we are doing, all this is, as we have the ease of this communication, we can learn, we can teach, we can enhance our skills, we can keep on, it is not the saying as teachers should always learn, but anyone can learn. Anyone can learn. We can have the planning and management for better results. We could communicate. We can have the linkages from any corner of the world. We can access sitting at our home. We can have the results very efficiently. This is what with the ICT we can do. And if from now, if we focus on what this ICT is for education, we can have this learning, teaching, we can prepare the content, we can support the material to the students, we can develop professionally, and research and development, it is like, well, if we take the research, we can have the very well built-in research. 50% of the research, just if we use the ICTs, we can enhance over it. So much, that much of information is residing unknowingly. Until I take one of the webinars previously last month, I does not know that this much of information have been kept in the government websites abroad as well as in our nation. I was really wondered. So yeah, before we see what are all residing in our government websites, just we will have a look of 1 or 2 minutes of this ICT tools type, and see. If you see this ICT tools type, I felt like it can be visualized and it can be non-visualized. Most of us, if we take the non-visualized, we are seeing that we are having the email communication, we're using the blogs, and nowadays if we see the online forums, etc., we are non-visually, we are communicating with everyone. And if we take visualized ICT tools, so in this visualized ICT tools, we do have two types, interactive and non-interactive. So this interactive is nothing but, which we can even call them as synchronous ICT tools, where we interact with each other, where if there are two parties or more than two parties, we can visually see each other, we can have the conversation with each other. Lots and lots of websites, lots and lots of resources are there to have these interactive sessions. And similarly, we do have non-interactive, where we, this educational sites, especially in this non-interactive, though simultaneously or synchronously all the parties may not be connected, but these non-interactive sessions have the videos, have the audios, have the materials uploaded, and they have some sites, they have a particular way of broadcasting, and some of them at any time we can use those sessions, which is like non-interactive visualization. These examples, either with the interactive we will see one or two, and non-interactive we will see 3 to 4 in this session. Yes, the same example what we have seen. Other than the government and all, we can see like materials, all the private materials like Coursera, Geeks for Geeks, Khan Academy, W3 Schools, Byju's, Tutorials Point, hundreds or thousands of websites are there. Only the thing is how well we are utilizing all these, how well we are managing our time and utilizing all this for our benefit. It's not only for us, even for our children, our students, we can recommend all these things. And this is a simple thing. We can, no need of explanation of these ICT tools and advantages of this. Whatever the gadget we have and whatever we are utilizing through the internet, everything comes into the ICT tools. So the ICT tools, no need of what they are specifying, but whatever we are utilizing today, except the pen and paper, the remaining all, how we are communicating with the internet and what are the gadgets we are having, all these things are ICT tools. Yes, advantages, if you see, Yes, see, now I'm sitting somewhere here. This is the right example. And where you're all in a classroom, this is the best example. And we do have the more flexibility, and more than that, we are developing ourselves. We are thinking creatively how well we can utilize all this. So this is what I think. And the synchronous and asynchronous, as I said, which are like synchronous, you can take them as interactive, and asynchronous without interaction. Just the same example of the definition, and you can see here on this. Later I will share these slides with you. I would like to start with one of our non-interactive tool of ICT from the government, with the statement of our um, former president, Dr. late Abdul Kalam Garu. One best book is equal to 100 good friends, but one good friend is equal to a library. So here in this aspect, I felt like the first statement is enough, but the second statement, if we consider the government, if we consider the HRD department, it is really our good friend. And we will see what all this, why I have to say this statement. The first one I would like to start with is the National Digital Library of India, NDL. Now you can see, we will start the demonstration of all this. NDL. Go to the website of National Digital Library. Yes. Yeah. If you take this, I hope, I think you can see the, now my screen is changed. Can you see this National Digital Library screen? Just one of you can give a chart whether you are seeing or not.
Yes, madam.
Yes.
Kamal Kumari, madam, we are able to see. You can proceed.
Yes, thank you, madam. Okay, now if you see this National Digital Library, see left-hand side, this is the government website, MHRD, and I was really impressed and shocked to see the depth of this website. And MHRD has approached IIT Kharagpur, taken the domains of all the subjects domains, and they have created the videos, they have had the materials, they had the question and answers, they have the quiz assignments for each and every subject, and they kept everything for free, everything for free. This is the most impressive thing. So where we are we well utilizing this? So I just would like to go with an example of this one. See, if you see this, the science, I thought most of the participants are botany and education. So if you see this science here, we do have different subjects. And so if you take this computer science, and you have the question and solutions, the mathematics of this with the video lectures, and again the video lectures here. Now if you see this here, STEM Easy, MIT Open Courseware, and CEC. See the organizations here. STEM Easy is the one with the STEM subjects, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, where a separate website has been created for only of these subjects for knowledge impartation. And if you take this MIT Open Course, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, the very good thing this MHRD has done, NDL, is they had a link up with MIT, where we are forwarded to that MIT website and utilize all those video lectures on specific topics. And CEC is for Consortium Educational Commission. This is also the government website. Even they do have the so many link ups with so many NITs and IITs, where they have kept their videos and materials. Now we'll see, for example, like if you take this question and solutions, I have gone for computer science, and in that computer science, see the different types of subjects what we are having here. And the right hand side, if you see in the computer science, what are all the different subjects. Total, if we are having, if you see here, 25 subjects are there. And I said like, I have come into question and answers. So in the question and answers, so if you take the first one here in the chapter 1, where fundamental of computer concepts, you have the questions, the answers, and the explanations of each and everything. So if you see this here, total 22 questions are there, where it explains the questions as well as the answers. And total for 25 into 25, altogether 725 question and answers. Approximately they have kept 650 question and answers here. And if you take this problem, we do have the explanation also. If you type that problem, how the answer is correct. So everything here, it is well defined, and everything is given as well written in this one here. Now you do have the previous and next preparation for this subject and for this particular material. So even if you take, say for example, if you take this data structure, of course I am a computer science faculty, I'm well familiar with this. You have to bear with me. So if you take the trees here, we even get the figures out of it, well, which is explained why that answer is correct. So this is like what I should say is only for the question and answers. Now, if we go for not only the question and answers, we do have the video lectures. So if we go for that video lectures, so if you go the left hand side, if you go to that, see, if you see the browser, just if you spare some time and observe what are all provided on the browser, you yourself can explore what is there in this particular website and in each and every subject. So in this science, we have gone. So the science, and if you take, I was looking at, yes, physical chemistry here. Again, these are also question and answers. Apart from that, the STEMeasy is another website. This is like, you can directly go to that STEMeasy website. This is a different one, but you can directly go to that. You can register here. The same aspect, whatever material is there, you can utilize this STEMeasy, including the videos. Now, if you see, if we go back to this one page, and if you see this, the science again, and if you see the physics, so we do have the video lectures. I want to show you this video lectures of MIT. All these video lectures are from Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And even if you see there, NPTEL is also there, which is the Indian government. Here they have, see, if you see the browser here, you have gone into this MIT Open Courseware. So this MIT Open Courseware, whatever that MIT has provided, you can utilize all these things. So you do have the audio video lectures, online textbooks, you do have supplemental resources pertaining to different domains. So now if you see this, in the video lectures for the physics, we have gone, see here, introduction to superposition. So if you type this one, we get a video lecture. If you go to this here, we do get the syllabus of what is there. We do have the calendar, which is not necessary, but we do have the lecture notes, and you can download all these notes. You can have all the PDFs, what they have kept in this. The practical problem, what I felt with this is, here I could not fastly download the video lectures. Video lectures have taken some time to download this. So that is the only bit problem. Maybe if your bandwidth is fast, you can use those video lectures also. So see here, you can see the study materials, you can download that course materials. And one more best thing is, you do even have the assignments, what they have given, all the problems, and as well as the solutions of MIT. So the MIT has given all these problems and solutions, lecture notes, lecture videos, all this. Apart from this, not only that, if you go to this engineering and if you go to this computer science, see, if you have this faculty contribution, if you see this one, this faculty contribution, these are all a kind of videos as well as the papers, especially. If you see this, one more interesting of this NDL is, if you find, I'll just explain this one. You can filter all this here based on the author. You can select which author you want, based on the subject category, what you want, based on the education level. Here we can see only UG and PG, but you do have from class 1 to the adult education, which is the higher education. And you do have the file format.
Excuse me, madam.
Yes. Yes,
but we
yes.
are able to see only the PPT only, madam.
Oh, no, that is what I'm asking, sir.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Please share.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you see now, sir?
Yes. Now it is okay, madam.
Oh, so you did not see from National Digital Library?
You carry on, madam. Carry on.
Okay. So, this is the National Digital Library.
Yes.
This is what we are going, the science, and yeah, I'll go for another. If you take the engineering.
Madam, I think you just start from the beginning. I mean, because we could not get this full screen.
Oh, okay.
Start from
yes. Now. Is it okay? Okay. Yes. Okay. Now, see, this is the National Digital Library. I just came to the second page, taking the computer science and engineering. So if you take this, in this, you have the different types of, as I said, I was telling, like you do have the videos, audios, materials and all. You do also have the video lectures, and I was telling this very advanced concepts also you do have. So if you take the deep learning, the computer science, I hope you are seeing what I'm sharing. Yes.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. No.
Yeah. See, if you take this, the deep learning concepts, you do have the advanced concept, this one. And if you see the metadata concept here, you do have the information of this, who has created this, how much is this video, and what this video, for whom this video is. And not only that, I would like to show you, if you take this in the computer science and engineering, if you take this faculty contribution, we have come back to this. Yeah. In this faculty contribution, if you see this, yes, okay. If you see this here, we are having subject-wise, education level-wise, the file format, what we want, the language. Here it is given as English only, but actually in the other websites, minimum you are having 10 to 20 languages are there. And the learning resource type, whether it is video, audio, or material, and from where the source is, whether it is the faculty contribution, whether it is from the NIT, whether it is from IITs or MIT, who has contributed. Another important thing, if you see on the left hand side, the browse button here, this I felt very interesting. which is by type, by subject, by source, and by learning resource. So if you take by type, you are having the text, video, images, audio, presentation, simulation, application, and animation. Just we are having the time constraint. I'm just giving an example of animation. See, if you take this animation, see, you are having, this is a kind of mathematics, maybe in the subject wise, if we go, say, if I take the computer science, I have chosen the subject there. And if I take the file format, which is small web format, SW is small web format. This is one video, which is like I'm trying to filter here. So which means that in the subject computer science, in the SWS format, we are having only one World ebook library. Instead of that, if you take any other subject, see, if you take out this computer science, you do have natural sciences and mathematics. This is just an example. And see the source, you are getting all from NPTEL. So NPTEL is also one of the government website. And what is the file format you are having is SWF. Instead of that SWF, if you have any other audio or video, you would see all that. So this is like the file format, not only SWF, it is the video lectures we are having. So if you take the small web format, in the particular natural languages, you are having all these files. So you can utilize, see, one, you are having the assignments here, where you can give this to your students and you can even work out. You have the full details here, who is the author, the source, assignment, and for whom this particular file is. And this is what I was impressed with. And another important what I felt is, apart from presentations, you are having PPTs and all, the text is, you do have very important journals, publications you are having in the text. See, if you can see here how many results you are having, in how many seconds you got, it is like 4 crores of papers you are having on this particular filter what we have selected. And you see here, the paper publications who has given, the source is Indian Institute of Science, Indian Statistical Institute, ISI, Kolkata. They have uploaded this many number of papers and text publications on this site. So that is the text, images, and one more thing I was impressed with is the simulation. So if you take the simulations, which is very interesting, if you go to these simulations, the procedure how to go for the simulations, it is like you can download that and you can simulate. See this one here. Some of the files are not supported, but some files you can some other files you can go and you can use them. Video class. Yes. Even from small children's, you have different video class and the simulations and all. So many are there. Not only for children, you do have for higher education also. This is what with NDL. Maybe we can move on to another learning tool. We'll go with, apart from this NDL, the next one I would just to see the NDL network with how many it is having. It is having with National Science Digital Laboratory, MIT, Go Labs, TED Education, Bharatidasan University, number of websites, number of connections it has, where everyone has kept their own expertise in that subject. Another government website, we can go this one with bit fast. Swayam Prabha. Yesterday I was told you have seen SwayamMOOCs, and just SwayamMOOCs is an interactive. But this one Swayam Prabha, this is also a kind of library totally with the Swayam Prabha. It is totally videos where you are having. Uh, I hope, yes, you can see this Swayam Prabha. It is totally with channels. I think most of the government schools are also using this. Total 32 channels are there. So in this 32 channels, see if you see this one here, I was in channel 1 and I was looking at the archives which are all kept since yesterday. And this is the site where you have hundreds of video lectures broadcasting. So broadcasting here, if you tell to your cable operator and if they put in your setup box with some constraints, you can have displayed in your TV at any time. So at any time is the archive one, and the current and the upcoming videos are also there. So the current and upcoming, they will have the time mentioned and the topic mentioned. See, if you see this upcoming here, hope you're all seeing this. See, in the upcoming, today in the 16th, you do have in the future also, the 17th, what is there, what is the topic, for whom it is, and the timings also you can see. I hope you are seeing the times. It is repeated. It is repeated timings. You can see what that video is. And this is also the government university. The 32 channels are there. See, this is the home. Simply swayamprabha.gov.in. You can see. You can go whatever you want. You can search it. The channels information. Total 32 channels are there. And you can utilize all those channels. Archive videos are the already uploaded videos. And main thing is, I felt like when I'm looking at this one, why not we can have the, why not we be as resource persons. The only the thing is you just contact these persons and apply for this. Yes, we can go for that. So you can see all these things. So Swayam Prabha is one of the national government website which is having this one. I'll close this Swayam Prabha. Another thing, another one we can go is the state website. Hope, I think you might have an idea on this CCE, Commissionerate of College Education. This is one of the learning management system. You are having the syllabus of all the UG and PG, the materials, videos, and question and answers uploaded. See, you can see the LMS. Yeah. Yes, you can see the LMS here. This is the LMS homepage. You can have the registration. If you have the registration, you have more privileges. What you can see here is this LMS, it is having the connection with Swayam, NPTEL, and the Swayam Prabha. Not only that, it has many more connections with other domains, other organizations also. So the main thing what you have to do is learn self-learning. So in the self-learning, you can see the BSc, BCom, and BA syllabus for the app sheet. This is maintained by our government, CCE here, the APSHE higher education as well as CCE, and they even have the APSHE website linkage also. You can choose like these are all pertained to our syllabus designed. So if you see this, the BSc is there, and if you take BSc third year second semester, these are all BSc Physics, Sanskrit, Biotechnology, Zoology, Chemistry, Botany, and all. And see, if you take this one third year second semester, and if you take Computer Science, we do have many subjects in this, like big data. You are having cloud computing, and so many are there. We do have the videos. See here, you can see the videos here, and we do have the materials also. So not only the videos, you can check the videos later. And if you see here, one more option given to the students here, not only for the faculty, the student programs, they can upload some videos. And if you see the additional resources here, in the additional resources, see, you have all the videos uploaded in the YouTube. All are our colleagues only from our nearby villages. See, you can see the course, you can see the subject, what there, the author or the resource person, the title of this, the resource person from which place, and the YouTube URL. So just simply you can press these YouTube URLs and you can have the videos of those from this CCU. So you very, and what I have observed is it is very qualitative videos. You can have those videos, look at. So now we can go with the other ones. Yeah, one more important thing, the government websites is the virtual labs. I was really shocked to see this virtual labs, and the government has had link ups with, again, the international link ups with all these virtual labs, as well as the IITs. I could see in this virtual labs all these IITs you are having, they have given their labs with this website. In this virtual labs, so this is the main website. I hope you're all, yes, you're seeing this. So this is the, again, this is also HRD, MHRD sponsored virtual labs. This is like, if you see the broad areas of the virtual labs we are having, see, most of our colleges, if we see, being a CDC instructor, when I go for the inspections, the first thing I see is the lack of the labs. We don't have the proper infrastructure. The main thing is we are not able to establish the labs. So this virtual labs is the one, though you have the labs or not, though you have the physical devices or not, you can make your students work on the labs 100% as if they can see and feel everything. This is what I have observed. See the different subject areas here. What are all the virtual labs we can implement sitting in our university and utilizing the others labs. So if you see this here, if you see the computer science and engineering, and one more thing, if you observe, all IIT Kharagpur, IIIT Hyderabad, all have given this kind. Now, if you can see this one, say for example, if you see this data structures or problem solving, being a computer science, for data structures, we need some compilers. Those compilers may not be available with us. So that compilers where their lab is having, and we can utilize that compiler system, what they are having. And if we almost all the computer science, they are having like that. Just for an example, if you take the problem solving, so in this problem solving, list of experiments, courses aligned, prerequisites you are having, and see the list of experiments here. And if you see the number representation or more on numbers, different problems and problem solving you are having. I would like to show you one simulation also in the virtual labs. We'll first go to the list of experiments instead of, yeah, go to the home page. If you see the physical sciences, So this is from Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham from them. Optics Virtual Lab. Oh. So if you see this angle of prism, hope you are seeing this. Yes. See the simulator here. I'm not that much familiar with the physics experiments, but I could see how you can have the feel of those instruments here. See the precision values they have given. That is the telescope, one kind of telescope. See if you can see this here. Now you can see, and the start of this one, some vernier calipers, it seems, the spectrometer where you can have vernier table you are having with the 10, and see the place the prism, and see the options they have given. Switch on the light. See here you can switch on, and you can have the result of this. So vernier calipers here, the spectrometer, the telescope angles you can change and find out how the angles and how the refractions are, the slit width and place prism. See all these things, and you can even place prism. You can have the prism here with, if you place the prism, what will be the result and all. Just one example I have given. I'll fast move on to the other things. There are some animations also in this. If you can see this here, we like artificial neural networks lab, the experiments what we are having, and we do have so many things, multi-layer feed forward neural networks we are having, and the experiment we have. Oh. If for this particular website, if you cannot have this, you can change the URL and you can have this illustrations. See, this is the kind of examples we are having in this. For us, like artificial neural networks, we have the classifications and predictions, a kind of how we consider the training data, classifying how that data is. So these are the examples we are having, and we can even change by setting these experiments and observations. Just an example. We do have the simulations also. I have to move on to the other. It is the time. I'll go with the another after the virtual labs. We will go with the another interactive one, Microsoft Teams. We will go. This is the interactive one. A kind of simply we can consider this as for an organization. This particular tool is excellent for an organization where you have thousands. Its range is 5,000 employees. You can connect all these 5,000 employees, and this is the Microsoft Teams. You can have the range of Microsoft Teams. You can have the teams in an hierarchical way. So in hierarchical way means, say for example, if we take any college or the university, for example, if we take the college, we do have different departments, and in that departments we do have the students, we do have the faculty, we do have the non-teaching. If we want to organize, say for example, if we would like to have a meeting for the teaching staff, so that is one kind of meeting where we would like to have a separate group. So that meeting means it is a kind where we can have the peer collaboration, and where we need not have the teaching and learning concept. We can have the exchange of ideas. So it provides that kind of platform. And if we take another set of group of people where we have the students and the teacher. So students and teacher, that is another team where the teacher tries to upload the material, take the classes online, interact with the students, and the students can respond online. Like how we are having the Zoom is one of these examples, because we are using the Zoom. I just opted for Microsoft Teams. Similar to that, both of them are having some pros and cons. You can go for any one of these teams, but I felt Microsoft as bit advanced and enhanced than the Zoom. Though the Zoom is free of cost, Microsoft, if we exceed some limit, it has some charge which we have to pay, but below the limit, yes, it is very better than this. And where we can have the hierarchical construction of teams and the channels. Channels, he just says the channels here, nothing but the departments. And in each and every department, we can create our own teams, and we can set the meeting timings, and we can upload some of the materials. I would like to go with the demo on this. So I would like to go with the screen. You have the Microsoft Teams installed on your system. Yes, so this is my desktop, and this is the Microsoft Teams installation. You first install the Microsoft Teams. One important thing of this Microsoft Teams is, before you have an ID with that, one thing you have to do is, you should have, I'll come back to this. See, one thing you have to do is, you should have Microsoft account created. What you have to do is here, create, because Microsoft Teams is with Microsoft company, you should have a Microsoft Teams account. So this Microsoft Teams account is nothing but, you have to create one a Microsoft Teams account. Just nothing. What you have to do is simply sign up for free, give one of your mail ID. Either it can be Gmail, either it can be Yahoo, either it can be any of your organization domain. Just simply give your mail ID here. So I have already given my mail ID account. I have taken 2 to 3 accounts like this. So you can have anything like this. I'm taking my son's. So by giving this, see, this is the Gmail account, but you become, by giving this email, you become the Microsoft team, and you are having the account of Microsoft. Hope you understand, which means that this Gmail, by having this, you are having an account in the Microsoft Teams, though it does not end with Microsoft.com. So your Gmail itself has become the account for the Microsoft. So just you can give that. So you are having the options for what you want to use this, for school, for friends and family, and for work. So after this, I'll go back to this. That is what I have done, and this is what the Microsoft Teams. So in the Microsoft Teams, what you can do is, once you go that, see the left hand side here. If you can see the left hand side, these are the teams you are having. These are the different options given by them, and these options here, if you see, I'll get back to the activity and chart later, but if you see the teams, the main agenda of this is, we need to create the teams, create and make the students join in these teams. If I take the concept of the student and educator, you can have the teams here. So if you go see the left hand side, I think, hope you are seeing my screen. Yes. Yes. So if you see this here, I have created the teams previously. Now we will create one online here, and see the left hand side here. You can have join or create a team. Just press that one, and you're having create team. And Office 365 group is the one. If you know the mail IDs before only, you can extract them from that Office 365. Instead of that, you can build a team from the scratch. So you can have two types of teams, the private and the public team. If it is a private, people need permission to join. Instead of that, if you have the public one, you can have the public domain. So just give one team name. See, I can give Andhra Christian College webinar. Okay. And just I'm giving this as international webinar on ICT. Now I'm creating this one. Now, after this team is created, now we can add the members into this team. So if you see, I have the members already in this team. So if you press any of the letters which are with that, I'll directly get these members. Instead of that, you can even give the mail IDs, and you can create them, or you can have the members in that team. See, because this some Alekia, she's already a member in this team, and in my organization, she has directly come, and I can add one more student. This is one more student of mine. So I can add the team members in this way, and I can even add the members who are not in this. See, this is the another member where they're not the members of the Microsoft Teams. See, if they are the new, we get an option like this, whether you want to give as a member or as a guest. The thing is here, if you are a member, you have some privileges. If you are a guest, you have some other privileges. Guest will have a bit lesser privileges than the member. So for time being, I'm adding as the member. So the total 3 members we have added. Okay. Yes. So just I have added the 3 members here. I'm closing this team. Now you can see this on the left hand side that I have added one team, and in that team I have added Rahul and Alaikya and Persisbola. 3 of them. You can see the members here, the members of this team. So what we can do with the team here, as I'm much focusing on the teacher and the student. So I would like to have online class. So for that, what I can do? So adding more people is the same procedure what we have done just previously. That is one thing. And see here, you're having create more channels. So what is this channel here? This channel is nothing but it is a kind of the type of the department or the type of the lecture what we want to give. So the lecture here, whether we want to give just simply upload something, or whether we want to take an online class, or whether we want to go for an assignment, different types of the channels we can create here. So now under this webinar, ACC webinar, you can even have the same option here, create more channel. So here add channel. The same thing, create more channel or add channel is the same thing. So I will be adding some channel. So here in the channel here, what I can say is, so say for example, if I take as botany. So in that botany, the privacy here, the standard, which means that this particular channel is available to anyone, they can access. Apart from that, we do even have the private accessible to some particular groups. We can give the options, any of the options, and then add this, adding the channel. Once you add, now see this one here, I have the botany. So in the botany channel, I can keep whatever I want. Now, initially, see this one here, add tab. So add tab is nothing but whatever I add here, it comes to here. So which means that for this particular team, for this particular channel, what are all the options I'm giving here? Hope I think, yes, you can see. Yes. So you can see everything here. Now, if you see the add tab, it is a kind of a menu you are adding. What else you feel free to add, you can add. See the tab here in the added tab. Say, for example, I want to keep the Google here. I want to add some Google link, or I want to keep some PDF, or I want to add some more tabs. So anything you can add a tab there. See, I want to add a website, say for example. So in the website name, so if I give just the Google and the URL here, yes. So if you see there, I have given the Google, which I would like to add in my menu. Yes. Can you see the difference here? This is the Google. So whoever now, when I want to take a class, when I want to take on this botany, if I have any doubts and if I would like to browse immediately, I need not go to another browser. Here in my browser, in my page itself, I have the Google here. So this is what I have added. So similarly, you can add any of the PDFs you want, any of the presentations you want, any of the GIFs you want, any of the other editions, anything you can add, anything you can add in that tab. So now we'll come back here. The basic thing here, the post messages, we can have, just see, you can see the activities here. What I have given this, I have added this Google tab, which I am posting, which I have given here. And instead of that, if I want to say something, you will have an online class at 12 noon. So if I take, and if you want to give that to particular student, you can give that and give only, this message will go only to that particular student at the rate. Otherwise, if you want to give to anyone, you need not give that at the rate symbol. So this is what I'm giving, I'm telling to Alekya that you have an online class at something. And see the options down here. Hope you are seeing my screen. Yes. See the options you are having, the type of the format and all. The important thing here is the attach. Whatever you want to attach, any of your presentations, any of the files, anything, you can have this from this button. You can already, if I have already added, I can pick up from my OneDrive. And if I want previously to any of the other channels, I can pick from them. But for your example, I would like to pick from my computer, upload from my computer. Say for example, the one PowerPoint presentation I have taken for the BTech students, which I want that PowerPoint presentation in my page where my students can use, all the team members can use that PowerPoint. Now that file is uploading. Yes. Now whatever, see, now this file is ready. Now you can find the consolidated of what we have done in the files here. So in this botany channel, I have uploaded some file. Now you can see what that files, or you can even open from that itself. So the file what I have uploaded here is some for BTech third year clustering. So now you can open that presentation. I might take 10 more minutes. Hope uh, uh, hope I'm not taking your time. Just excuse me. Yeah, this is the kind of presentation where this is uploaded in this Microsoft Teams. Are you seeing this one? Yes. This complete file is not yet downloaded. It will download in one time. It will download. So if you see my, for which I said I'll get back here, this is the activity. And what are all the activities I have seen here is my activity. My activity. Hello.
Yeah.
Madam, Susan, madam, can you hear me?
Yes, madam.
Okay, okay.
Yes, madam.
Oh, okay, madam. Okay. Yes. So, yeah, you can see all my activities here, what I have done. Can you see my screen?
No, madam.
Can you? No. Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. If I said in the beginning that I'll get back to this activity. So these are all the activities what I have done. You can see my activities. Another important thing with the Microsoft Teams is how we schedule the meetings. So the meetings here, Meet now, it is the immediate thing where the students or the team members can join immediately. But if they did not see their mails through which we send that meeting is now, it is a problem. Instead of that, you can go for a schedule a meeting. So if you schedule a meeting, see just I can change this June 17th, that is tomorrow at 10 a.m. till 10:30 a.m. So I am just scheduling this. Once I schedule, the next thing what I have to do is that information should go to all my team members. So that team members here, how I can share is you can go with the Google Calendar. Copy meeting invitation is one thing. You can paste it in the WhatsApp and ask them to join. Instead of that, you can have the share via Google Calendar. Calendar gives the particular clarity of which date what we are having. And if you can, I have just, yeah, this is the Google Calendar, which means that Microsoft is taking us to the Google Calendar. So we have come back to this Google Calendar, giving the options here, the notification, the event details, just the time it is already has come. And this is the information that will go to the team members. So the team members will see this information and they will connect at that particular time. So the difference between here the Zoom and Microsoft Teams is once we give the invitation to the team members, they need not ask the permission again. Whereas in the Zoom, we have to give the permission to the participants to join at that particular time. But here in the Microsoft Teams, they can join at that particular time without any permission. So yes, in this Google Calendar, this is just giving the information and see this here. These are all the options, does not repeat or it has to give the notification again and again. and find the time. At what time? See the time we are getting 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 1 p.m. and all. I have given anyway 10 a.m. So it has started with that. And see to whom to give all the guests or not to the guests. And invite, if I want to invite others, yes, I can invite. That is the option I am having. So save this information. So once you save that information, see this is the Google Calendar. I have given that on Wednesday meeting with Kamala Maripalli. So this is the Google Calendar which will go to the team members. So that is the information which will be given to the team members when you set these settings of the Google Calendar. And see if you, this morning I have just, this is the trials morning I have given. Yeah, see, this is the CDC meeting. I have kept it Monday on 15th June. Today is the 16th Tuesday. And if you see the time here, it is giving the red mark here, indicating the time. So different things you will get here. Once you get, what we have to see is, say, mkamala@aknu.edu.in. That is the another site where this particular information will go to them. So we'll go and then they can join that meeting. So how it will go is, yes. So how it will go is, it will, the participants can open and they can join this. I'm just canceling this. So many browsers are here. Yes. If you can see this. Yeah, if you go to that website and you will get an invitation that Kamala Maripalli has invited you for Microsoft Teams. So once you go to that Microsoft Teams, you can see that. I'll just show you. See, this is the team for my students have created. How it will be is for these are the activities. I've given the PowerPoint presentation and the clustering concepts, and even we can even go for the add of member and managing tags, editing team members, delete them, delete the team, everything we can have this. And if you see this direct video option to go for the class, so meeting now on or off the times, just like how we have joined in the Zoom now. So this is about the Microsoft Teams. Hope you understand in the Microsoft Teams how to create the teams, how to add the team members, how to schedule the meeting, and then having the accessible, how to have the accessibility, how to upload the material, how to give the files, how to add the tabs in our own pages. This is very good for the students. Another thing I would like to go here is class marker. Class marker is the very important one for to assess the students. What we have seen now is the learning management system tools we have seen, the labs, library, Swayamprabha, all this we have seen. The teaching assessment, Microsoft Teams we have seen, and this is the assessment of the students. So assessment of the students, especially this class marker is for the objective questions. We can have the quiz of this class marker. Very fast, we will see this class marker, which I felt very interesting. This is the website of that class marker. You can register here as you have the different options for this, whether you want to go as a teacher or as a quiz taker. I have created myself as the teacher, where I will log in you can see the class marker login here. Now you can see from this dashboard here, I have created, so this is my dashboard and these are the tests I have created for objective questions. See, I have created 2 tests here and I have entered the objective questions and the answers for that, and that link will be shared with the members of this class marker who wants to take the test. That we will see in 5 or 10 minutes, just this thing. For the demonstration, apart from these 2 tests, I would like to create 1 test. See, in the created test, again I'm giving ACC webinar test here. That is the test name. And in this, adding classes. Hello, Anna. I put in the timer. Yes. Yeah. I put it. Okay, bye. So, test webinar is the one. We can have just one simple example. Already we have the question bank, and in the question bank, I have already added some questions. And these questions you can see in this way. You can add the questions, add to the test, whether we want that question to be added in the test, and the options. You can now, once you do this, back to test. So in the test, I have added 3 questions. So you can see all these 3 questions, and options, assign the test to your students, and where the students test you can assign to the groups here. To you are adding your, I have given to my groups as BTech CSC. You can add them and you can set them. I have taken some time of the other resource person. I regret for that. Hope you have understood and utilized this. And if you're having any questions, my mail ID is available with the organizers. And I thank the AC College team for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much. Susan, madam? Hello?
Madam.
Sir, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and I thank all the participants. You can query me anything, because out of the time, I can take the questions through email. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Kamala madam, please be online, madam.
Sir. Okay. వస్తున్నాను. కాదు, నేను వస్తున్నాను. నేను ఇవాళ లీవ్ పెట్టాను, వస్తున్నాను. ఓకే. హలో. హలో మేడం, చెప్పండి.
Thank you very much, Kamala madam.
No problem, madam.
It was very, enlightening to us, your talk.
I'm glad.
Some of the things we know, I think some of the staff know, but things like what you said about the National Digital Library and virtual labs, maybe some know, and most of them I don't think they know. And it has been a very enlightening talk. I hope our staff, our faculty will use all these resources. As you said, you yourself belong to the computer science department, and you said you are amazed at the way they.
Yes, madam. I was really shocked to see for the first time. Yes. I've seen. I don't know that this much of information is available with our government, and they are working on it so much.
Yeah. And so much of so many things to learn. The only thing is we have knowledge all around us.
Yes.
The thing is we have to
utilize.
Put our mind and use that
time. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I especially thank Dr. Moses Garu and Dr. Ezra Garu and the principal madam, Susan madam. Thank you. Thank you all of you. Thank you all the participants also.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we move on to the next program, the session 2. We have Dr. K.E. Mothikumar. Hello, Dr. Sajani.
Yes, madam.
Now you have to introduce Dr. K.E. Mothikumar for the session 2.
Okay, madam. Good afternoon, all of you. Good afternoon, sir. Moti Kumar, sir. Dr. Moti Kumar is the son of late K. Abraham Garu, former treasurer of AELC, and brother of Mrs. K. Manorama Bai, former principal of our college. And moreover, he is our alumnus. Sir, we welcome you, sir. Now, I would like to give a brief introduction to Dr. K. Moti Kumar. Dr. Moti Kumar is a visionary scientific professional combined with more than 30 years of scientific management and administration expertise in the field of geoinformatics. He has coordinated many research projects in the field of sustainable development of natural resources, watershed management, land use planning, wastewater management, environmental impact assessment studies, and wetland management. He also coordinated in building and directing research teams in devising new projects, feasibility study, operational aspects, and implementation of remote sensing, GPS, and GS related projects. Dr. Moti Kumar has successfully completed many first ever projects in the field of forestry, such as digitalization of forest boundaries in the state of Haryana, overlaying the remotely sensed data over the revenue cadastral data in Haryana. Apart from the project management and administration, Sir is coordinating the MTEP program in geoinformatics. Dr. Moti Kumar has published more than 90 research papers in various national and international journals and attended many national and international conferences, workshops, and presented research papers. He has guided more than 20 students for the MTech dissertations in the field of geoinformatics and guided 2 students for PhD degrees, while 4 students are working for their doctoral programs under his guidance. So we welcome you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for the nice words. Dr. Ejra?
Yes, sir.
Ejra Garu,
Yes, I have.
can you give me the screen sharing, please?
Huh?
Can you give me the screen sharing, please?
Yes, you are given. Yes,
Will you able to see the slide, please?
yes. Very nice slide.
Yeah. Ejra Garu,
Yes.
may I know who are the participants in this webinar? What is the background?
Lecturers.
Huh?
Lecturers.
Lecture. No students?
Students also there.
Sir, you made my task very difficult, sir, actually. I never thought lecturers will be there to listen. I honestly confess that I am not a lecturer like you people. And also I know that lecturing is not everybody's cup of tea. I know that.
Yes.
So it is one need to have expertise in that to give lectures. But you know, one thing I can tell you very honestly, I am surrounded by a group of lecturers in the family.
Yes.
My mother is a teacher, and as introduced, my sister herself is a teacher, my brother-in-law, my brothers, my sister-in-laws, and I think me and my brother were not lecturers, but we are all engulfed by the team of lecturers.
Your wife is a teacher, I think.
Let me come to that. I was so happy when I'm getting married that I'm not going to marry a lecturer, but you know, in the house also, I learned to be listener than teaching, because my wife, as you said, she is a teacher.
Yeah.
But you know, I know one thing about teachers. then never allow other people to speak. Due respects to all the teachers, ma'am. But you know, when it comes to me, now it is my turn to teach. Is it not? I mean, it is my turn that I will not, allow others to speak, I think. Anyhow, sir, what is the time, allotted time, sir?
It is 30 to 40 minutes only.
Fine, sir. I think we are supposed to close by 12:30.
Yeah.
I'll go like a Rajdhani Express. I told you that I am not a teacher, but I'll try to explain what this environmental impacts of COVID lockdown. It is a new subject. In fact, at the outset, I am thankful to the principal ma'am, my senior in the college. I can see some of my teachers and some of my seniors in the participants. Dr. Ezra, who happens to be, we are all together in the college days. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, Dr. Ezra and Dr. Moses.
Thank you. Thank you.
Opportunity to share my views. And before actually starting the lecture, just I want to tell you one thing. I'm not a virologist, nor I am a medical doctor. To talk about the COVID-19, it causes pros and cons on the health of the people or how it magnifies. Being the environmental scientist and ecology or a botany background, I want to restrict myself only how it has affected the environment. At the end of the session, at the end of the lectures, I'll be very happy to receive the queries with reference to this topic only. Coronavirus, COVID, with reference to environment. And let us not talk anything about how it is contaminating other people, what is the mode of transmission, or what is the symptoms or something. I'm not the one, nor I am not allowed to speak those things by my authorities actually. Because if I speak something which may not be medically correct, I hope that I am clear what I speak, I think. Yeah, coming to the point that I think it happened in the last year, during the month of December, the China Health Authority has alerted the World Health Organization that they detected some cases of pneumonia in a particular city called as Wuhan, Hubei province of central China it is. Fine. So by the end of the December, I think they started reporting more cases of this pneumonia-like symptoms to the patients. So it was called as a 2019 NCOV by World Health Organizations. They have collected the throat swab of a sample of a patient and then they started analyzing it. And then they identified this pathogen as SARS-CoV-2, that is Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome Coronavirus 2. World Health Organization has made a group, coronavirus study group, and they named it as a SARS-CoV-2. Later it was renamed as COVID-19. So this figure may not be accurate because yesterday I was seeing the news again in Beijing of China, new cases has come up and it is under lockdown. So I mean the figures may not be authentic because it is day by day changing in China also. On January 30th, the World Health Organization has declared SARS-CoV-2 outbreak as a public health emergency of international concern. That means they have thought it is not only restricting itself to the China's country, it has an international concern. Okay, fine. And on later on 12th March, I believe, 12th March, World Health Organization declared this as a pandemic, not an epidemic, it is a pandemic it is. And we can see now that it has generated unprecedented impact on the almost every part of the world, every country of the world. That is a few lines about the background of the corona. And after the affecting this coronavirus, all the countries, now we are all busy how to stop the virus by adopting massive screening tests, establishing public policies of social distancing, and ultimate goal is that human has to be survived. But you know, as an environmental studies has come up, the first studies has clear-cutly showed there's a positive impact of COVID-19 virus on the environment. A positive impact of COVID-19 on the environment. This is the first cut results actually. I'll try to show you some of the results we have obtained various parts of the globe. Okay. It was in the month of March, April, I think, Global Project Carbon Report 2020, it says that there is definitely a positive effect of the COVID-19 on the climate. There's a decrease in the greenhouse gases emissions. The drop will be of substantial proportions. That is because mainly of the implementation of the social distancing practices following the outbreak of the pandemic. Yeah, let us see in what way this coronavirus impacts the environment. One is, as already told, carbon emissions. Second one is waste management, waste, wildlife habitat, and apart from the energy. These four aspects I am going to touch very briefly, and how it has been affected on the environment. Definitely, it has both effects on the environment. I mean to say it is positive effect as well as the negative effect. Let us come to the positive effect. Is that it is a positive effect on the air quality, positive effect on the water quality, and positive effect on the wildlife. These three aspects, let us see that. The very first one is that effect on the air quality. The concentrations of the NO2 were decreased to a great extent because of the industrial as well as diesel input into the environment. Second point is that carbon CO level showed most significant reductions during the period of lockdown. Third important point aspect is that particulate matter of 10 microns levels reduced during the first partial lockout. Again, I repeat, first partial lockout. Because I can see some of the reports when the lockout has been lifted up, I can see some of the reports that again the particulate matters and the SPM, suspended particulate matters, has started again increasing because the people started coming to the streets, started using the vehicles. So a lot of pollution, something happened. So there's a first cut reduction when it happened in the lockout 1. But whereas when it started again, the people are coming out, definitely it started increasing. And very important aspect is that ozone increased due to decrease in nitrogen oxides levels. And last but not least, there is reduction in environmental noise pollution. Okay. It was Miss Susan Stratton, an atmosphere scientist from NASA, that is Goddard Space Flight Center at Greenbelt, Maryland. She said that in her own words, we see very clearly that chlorine from CFCs goes down within the hole, due to which less ozone depletion is happening. I'll try to show some of the slides taken through the satellites, various satellites. Second point, what she says is that due to coronavirus outbreak, people staying inside most of the time, so that huge number of companies has to pack up. These impacts have shown down tons and tons of decrease in CO2 production in the world or into the environment. Yeah. Again, going back to the China, China has strictly implemented the self-quarantine measures to control the spread of the COVID-19. So, you know, they started monitoring the air quality, air pollution levels. During the lockdown, the NO2 concentration has reduced from 22.8 to 12.9 in Wuhan city alone. Coming to the particular matter of the size 2.5 microns, it has reduced from 18.9 to 1.4. See, there is a drastic reduce. Once the lockdown has been spelled out, PM size, PM of 2.5 has come down to 1.4 from 18.9. This is Chen and et al. They have reported. What is happening here? Yeah. This is the satellite data which shows over the parts of China. Yeah. See, I want to draw your all kind attention here is the encircled areas where you can see the NO2 concentrations has come down drastically. I think this picture is of January 2020, and this is of March 2020. You can see the concentration of the NO2 or a parts of the China where it was shown in the within the circle of red circle. It has come down drastically. You can see the aerial spread of NO2 concentrations over parts of the China. And again, I want to show some of the satellite data like Sentinel satellite data pertaining to Rome, Madrid and Paris shows significant decrease in NO2 concentrations. And also the data pertaining to European Space Union shows approximate drop off of 20 to 30% of particulate matters over China. They compared the data of 2017 to 19 and that of 2020. I'll try to show one or two satellite data. Yeah, this is the parts of the, it is the parts of Rome, Madrid and Paris. You can see here, this is a cycle of taken 2019, a year before, and this is the data which shows over the parts of Paris. This is the data of Sentinel satellite data, 5P. You can see the concentration of the NO2 drastically has come down. I hope that the slide is clear, Dr. Ezra. Madam, is the slide is okay? Or is it?
Yes, it is okay.
Okay, fine. I hope that you're getting what I was trying to tell you. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the parts of European countries, Rome, Madrid, Paris, etc. It is. This is the satellite data of 2019 March, and this is the satellite data of 14th to 25th March. Again, coming to China, NASA as well as European Space Agency, they use satellite data to detect low nitrogen dioxide. We are aware that NO2 is released by burning fossil fuels, a major pollutant coming from the transportation as well as the factories. The satellite data has revealed that once the outbreak of the coronavirus, because of the lockdown, the levels of NO2 has significantly decreased. I think, can I show some satellite data? Yes. Again, this is the satellite data of 2020. This is before lockdown period. I think this is the data taken during the 1st January to 20th January 2020. And this is the data February time scale of 10 to 25th February of 2020. Parts of Shanghai, Beijing as well as one city, Lanzhou. You can see the concentration of NO2 density over Beijing city. Here it is. Again, in the February data, it reveals that it is completely negligible amount of NO2 concentrations over the sky. Hope that it is clear. I think it is. Yeah. Again, this is the parts of Wuhan city. This is January 1 to 2019. You can see the same. 1 to 20 January 2020. Like that, you can see here, during the month of February 2019, you see the concentration, pollution level concentration over Wuhan city, whereas the satellite data of February 2020, it shows very clear, very clear. You can see here. Yeah, coming to Indian examples. This is the data I have downloaded from Ministry of Earth Science, Government of India, Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, Pune. They have a research center called as System of Air Quality and Weather Forecasting and Research, SAFAR, what we called as. They try to analyze the air quality index over Ahmedabad city. You can see over a period of time, the air quality index in Ahmedabad city, it was previous picture city map, and now this is the present status of Ahmedabad city, where you can see a clear air quality index over the city of Ahmedabad. This is Ahmedabad city map actually. It is prepared using the various parameters. What are those parameters? Let us see. This is during the lockdown of period 24th March to 25th April. Of before, I mean to say it is normal. You see, they have analyzed the percentage of reduction of particulate matters of 2.5 NO2. Delhi, almost 32% of NO2, approximately 31% of PM2 has come down. You see in Pune, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, where you can see the air quality index has improved very much. Yeah, these are some classical pictures of India Gate at Delhi. That was about the air quality. Now coming to the water quality. Very interesting studies it has been conducted in our country, especially the water quality in river Ganges and Yamuna. These are most polluted rivers. But you know, during the lockdown, the quality of the water quality in the river Ganges and Yamuna has increased a lot. Obviously, because of the industrial shutdown. The very first thing is there's increased dissolved oxygen content in these rivers or water bodies. Definitely, there is a decrease in SPM, suspended particulate matter, increase in groundwater table. This is very interesting study conducted at the city of Bangalore, Karnataka. Of course, much emphasis on the river Ganges and Yamuna. Of course, clean beaches, though we may not be aware of maintaining the beaches in our country, but you know, in the Western and European countries, they do report it. The beaches were very much cleaned. Yes, this is an article I read it in the Down to Earth magazine. They literally says that COVID-19 lockdown, it is a ventilator for the rivers actually. It has given new breath to the water bodies in the country. I think 25th it was, the lockdown was imposed, and within the 10 days there's a significant improvement of water quality. It has reported in our country. The Central Pollution Control Board, New Delhi, has monitored real-time monitoring, water monitoring data, various places of Ganges River, and out of the 36 points, around 27 points were found to be suitable for bathing and propagation of wildlife and fisheries. You can see, I think they have started real-time data monitoring with GPS and other equipment. 36 sites, out of that 27 points were found to be suitable. There's a particular incident in Varanasi, Nagwa Nala. The dissolved oxygen values are found to increase from 6.5 against 3.8, showing an extraordinary improvement of 79% of dissolved oxygen content. This is the background of Ganges River. I think this is the data. It shows it releases around 6,700 million liters per day. What the point I want to show that Ganga water at Haridwar and Rishikesh, because of the industrial lockdown and sewerage effluents, clean water has been reported. Because also there's a point that there's a dip in the number of visitors to the Ghat, Haridwar. And because of this, definitely, obviously, there's a positive impact on the river Ganges as well as river Yamuna. This is one of the slides I have downloaded from website. River Ganges, you see the pollution levels, and now almost clear. Yeah, this is the one a particular case I am referring at Bangalore, where Professor V.S. Prakash, a former scientist at Central Groundwater Board, Bangalore, in an article in Deccan Herald, I read it. He has done a study in two areas. One is residential areas and one is in commercial areas. Out of these two test sites, very interesting results he has observed. In the electronic city, where an industrial area, the water levels in the bore wells in the electronic city increased, whereas in the residential areas, the bore well showed improvement of 2 point. The rate of improvement is less when it compared to the industrial areas. Obviously, the rate of increase is less in the residential areas, I think, because the people started living in the house, the consumption of the water consumption has increased. Whereas because of complete lockdown in the commercial areas, the rate of increase in the groundwater levels has increased drastically. So this is a very interesting study. What I was trying to impress you all that definitely the lockdown has helped to raise the groundwater levels, definitely. Energy levels. This is this slide I want to show because we are all sitting in the houses and all are busy with internets and data speed we need. So the affected increase in the online gaming activity, and also definitely broadband demand has increased 40%. So I mean, it shows other trend of the COVID. What is this? Yeah, this is the impact of the COVID-19 on the wildlife. I mean, you see the wild animals, they have lost their corridors. They lost it because of the human interference actually. Once the lockdown has imposed very strictly, these wildlife animals really, they are very happy. They started moving into the new corridors. So they came into the cities, streets also. See, they started coming into the houses, I believe. Happily they are moving on the roads. Yeah, this is, I have taken, it is in near Delhi, it is. Exotic species, what we call as nilgai, blue bull. I think North Indians, they consider it as a sacred animal. It is an endemic, endangered animal it is, but now it has started coming, happily moving on the streets. Okay, these are all positive studies, but at the same time, there are 2-3 reports has come up. What are the negative impact of the COVID-19 on the environment? Definitely, non-recyclable, non-biodegradable waste has generated. Definitely, I'll show 1 or 2 slides. As the people started using masks, sanitizers, gloves, PPEs, that is personal protective equipment, they generated tons of waste. Yeah, this is the general slide. It shows mask, gloves, sanitizers, hand gloves, etc. It has definitely a negative impact. This is Sopo Islands of Indonesia Islands. You can see on the beaches how the masks they're collecting it is. definitely it is a potential threat to the marine environment. You can see the waste is being dumped onto the oceans, marine. Ultimately, it affects the marine flora and fauna. Medical waste has increased. I think it is Kalma. There's an article by Kalma. It says that in the Wuhan city, on an average of 240 metric tons of medical waste has been generated when compared with the normal average of 50 metric tons per day. You see how much it has increased. In Western countries, USA, the garbage in the form of personal protective equipments, mask, gloves has increased. See, these are the concluding slides. I think what is the global scenario? Definitely, even though it has reduced economic activity, which is a major cause. But you know, industrial and transport emissions and effluents have reduced definitely. The measurable data, scientific data supports the cleaning and the clearing of the pollutants, atmosphere, soil and water definitely. As we already discussed about the carbon emissions and NO2, definitely they have reduced it. Okay. Whereas in Indian context, I think I have already discussed when the Janta curfew has imposed, I think the air quality index has increased very much. Water bodies, the health of the water bodies in general, maybe rivers or lakes or ponds, improved drastically because of the enforcement of national-wide lockdown. Some of the national organizations such as Central Pollution Control Board, the real-time water monitoring systems with using the GPS and geocoded data at around 27 points of River Ganges, which is suitable for bathing and propagation of wildlife and fisheries. And Bangalore, I think I have already discussed. There's a rise in the groundwater. Still, we are waiting for the reports, compilation of the reports. Well, yeah, these are the references where I have collected the literature. Due respects to the authors for their scientific tempo, though they worked risking their lives at stake. I think these are the last slides. As my colleagues, she has introduced me that I did my graduation from the AC College. I owe a lot to the college. I am a botany student. My memories goes where I have spent my days. That is the department where I have studied, the lab where I learned the things. Great emotional feeling, attachment to the college. Yeah, this is one of the slides I like it very much. Especially the AC College, where the founders of the AC College has said that ye shall know the truth and the truth shall set us free. I know what is truth, but I don't know how to set us. The truth will set me free. Maybe in my college days at MS University of Baroda, I came to know what is the truth and how the truth has set me free. That is a different story. Yeah, this is a very interesting slide I want to share with all. See, due respect to all the people who has worked from home, I'm not only talking about the men staff or women staff, whosoever it may be. When we are working from the home, the people at home, they thought it is work at home. I hope that you are understanding what is work at home and work from home. So there's a poor guy, he is telling to his wife, "Arey, kindly confirm from the office, I am supposed to work from the home, not work at the home, at least during the office hours, at least." It is a humorous way, just I want to conclude my lectures actually. This lecture I want to dedicate all the dedicated workers, the government staff or private staff, whosoever has worked work from home and work at home also. I think one should understand what is working from home and work at home. I think, Ezra, will you agree with me?
Yeah. I have to, everyone has to.
I think you are also victim from the work at home or work from home.
Very much.
Okay, fine. I thank my authorities, my HRSEC authorities, allowing me to share my views. At the same time, I am thankful to my colleagues in my office who has helped me in preparing this manuscript. Collecting the literature is a very headache actually. And we had a fruitful discussions and we had a criticisms for the improvement of the lecture. But and last but not least, thankful to the principal ma'am, my senior in the college, I believe. Ma'am, senior in the college, the organizers of the webinar, Ezra, Dr. Moses, whom I know personally. Thank you all. Thank you, ma'am, for this opportunity. Yeah, this slide, I like it very much. The father of the nation, once he was talking, he says, the earth has given everything to the mankind for their needs, not for the greed. As environment, as ecology, or a botany students, it has inspired me a lot. Thank you. Thank you all, one and all. Thank you. I think I am in time, I think 12:30.
Yes.
I am supposed to close it.
You are in time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Moti, for the very nice lecture you have given, especially the positive aspects and also a few negative aspects like the PPE equipment and the masks which we are using. They have been thrown into the sea, posing risk for the marine life, and all the aspects, environment aspects. We have all been enriched by your lecture, and I'm very happy to see you. And I'm reminded of my favorite madam, Mrs. Manorama, and she was my.
Yesterday I was telling ma'am, I take 1 minute of time.
Yeah.
If time permits. If the time permits, I will take 1 minute of time.
Sure.
See, yesterday I was telling to Dr. Ezra, all my life I am a care of address only. In the intermediate, people used to refer me as Abraham's son. When I come to the college, my sister name, brother of so and so, and even giving, I am at the verge of retirement, I believe. Even now, the people are telling me that again, Manorama madam's brother. I am privileged for it.
Yeah, yeah.
And in the campus where I live, also I am a care of address. I said, because my wife works as a teacher. She goes by bus. The bus will park in front of my house during the night time.
Yeah.
So the people say that bus teacher, husband of bus teacher. So all my life is a care of address. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Glad, madam. I am honored. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we move on to the next program. Vote of thanks by Dr. V. Ezra Vijaysekar. Vote of thanks.
Yes. Very good. Yes. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Ezra Vijaysekar. Good afternoon, one and all. I am Dr. Ezra Vijaysekar, HOD, Botany, Andhra Christian College, Guntur. I take it a privilege to propose vote of thanks. Vote of thanks. First of all, we must thank our Lord God Almighty for rendering this wonderful opportunity to organize this two-day international webinar on health, environment, and educational aspect of COVID-19. I thank our moderator, Bishop, and our beloved correspondent, Reverend Dr. K. Pardesh Babu, for giving permission to this webinar and for his inaugural address. Then I thank our beloved principal, Dr. T. Anita Susan, for her academic dimension and interest in organizing this webinar in an excellent way. Right from the beginning of this lockdown period, she has been encouraging the staff to conduct online classes, quizzes, and webinars. Then it's my immense pleasure to thank Dr. Johnson T. Samuel, one of the top respiratory physicians of United Kingdom. We are fortunate to have had his session yesterday, though there is a time difference of 5.5 hours between Greenwich Mean Time and Indian Standard Time. Whenever I approached him, he was cool and responded positively and spared his valuable time for us. I was really admired by his exemplary commitment to his profession. In this connection, I must thank Dr. Alexander Daniel, alumnus of our college and my classmate, who was instrumental in mobilizing Dr. Johnson Samuel for his lecture. Thank you very much, Dr. Alexander. Then I also thank Professor T. Balamurali Krishna, HOD of Computer Sciences of Sri Saradi Institute of Science, Engineering and Technology, Nujibidi, for delivering a good lecture on future classroom. He is a polite man and expert in his field. Here I must thank Dr. Jesse Ivan, HOD of English of the same institution, who is alumnus of our college, for mobilizing Mr. Balamurali Krishna for his lecture. I thank Dr. M. Kamalakumari, Associate Professor of Computer Science and Dean, College Development Council, Adikavi Nannaya, University, Rajahmundry, for her lecture on tools. She has a lot of knowledge in ICT. Then she made ICT tools easy for us. Thank you, madam. And it's my privilege to thank Dr. K.E. Moti Kumar, Senior Scientist of Haryana Space Application Center, Hisar, Haryana. He is also alumnus of this great college and my classmate. He always has been has an inherent love and affection towards this college, particularly our botany department. Thank you very much, Dr. Moti. Then I thank Dr. M. Sajini Lavanya for offering opening prayer and for presenting the resume of Dr. K.E. Moti Kumar. And I thank Dr. Y.S. Sudhakar Reddy, Senior Lecturer in Physics, for presenting the resume of Professor T. Balamurali Krishna.
Nana?
I thank my fellow convener, Dr. Moses, Coordinator, IQSC, for presenting the resume of Dr. Kamala Kumari and materializing this webinar a grand success. Lastly, I thank Dr. N.J. Salman Babu, HOD of Chemistry, who is going to offer the word of prayer. I thank all the participants for making this two-day international webinar a grand success. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Dr. Ezra, for your nice vote of thanks. I think you need to be thanked more because you're the person who coordinated all this and made this a success. And along with Dr. Ezra, I wholeheartedly thank Dr. K. Moses and Dr. Sajini Lavanya, who gave the technical support. And I also should thank Dr. Ezra's dear daughter, who is always by his side to encourage him and to assist him. And I also thank some of our office staff who made this possible. So I think all these lectures were very interesting. They have added to our knowledge and we have gained some good insights into the subject. Things like digital classrooms and how the future classrooms are going to be there, as to how we can give assignments to the students, how we can teach them. All these things we need to learn. So one needs to be a learner as long as one lives. So if you're not learning, that means you are dead.
Yes.
So that is my policy, and there's no age limit to learning. There's no bar for learning. Anybody can learn anything at any age, at any time, anywhere. And the next, with these few remarks, I thank the organizers, and I thank the management, our dear correspondent, although he was not with us, he had to be away for some reason. I thank the resource persons, all the 4 resource persons. Lectures were extremely good. And now I move on to the next program. That is the closing prayer by our Dr. N.J. Salman Babu, head of the department, chemistry, both UG and PG. I call upon Dr. Salman Babu to give to offer closing prayer.
Madam, could you hear me, madam?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Shall we pray?
Yeah.
Our loving Father, we thank you this morning time, O Lord. Thank you, Lord, for giving us this wonderful opportunity to gather in your name, O Lord. We thank you, Lord, for your creator. You're a sustainer and you're a savior. Thank you, Lord, for you're the God of all grace. You're the God of all love, O Lord. We thank you, Lord, for your so loved the world that you gave your only begotten Son, that he may be a sacrifice for us, that he may be crucified for us. And we thank you, Lord, for you have saved us by our mere faith in your Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, who bore the punishment of our sins, O Lord. And especially, O Lord, we thank you, Lord, for you are all sufficient for us. You are with us. You have been guiding us. And you have been protecting us. You have been taking care of us, especially in this COVID season, O Lord. Thank you, Lord, for all the protection you have extended to us. We pray thee, O Lord, that you will continue to protect us. Help, Lord, that we may be freed from this COVID issue, O Lord, at the earliest. And the people in the world are very much troubled by this COVID-19. Help, Lord, that we may find your favor and we may be relieved from all this trouble at the earliest. Especially, oh Lord, we thank you for the 2 days webinar, and you have enabled our college to conduct a webinar. Thank you, Lord, for enabling our organizers. Especially, we uphold our principal, Dr. Anita Susan, oh Lord, for all the encouragement and for all the initiative. And we also uphold the organizers, Dr. Vijay Shekhar and Dr. Moses, and those who have helped them, daughter of Mr. Ezra Vijay Shekhar and Ms. Sajini Lavanya and many others, O Lord. And we especially thank you for all the resource persons, O Lord. Thank you for the good wisdom you have given to them. Thank you, Lord, for the good mind that you have given to them to share their knowledge with us. We seek your blessings on them, O Lord. And we also pray for all the people who have participated in this webinar. Oh Lord, you know the needs of the people, oh Lord. You know the shortages of the people. You would meet their needs, oh Lord. Help out that all of us may be protected, oh Lord. We commit all of us into your loving care. Be with us, lead us, guide us, and bless us. We ask all these things in the precious and worthy name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you,
Madam
Madam.
Principal, Madam Principal,
Yes, yes, sir.
I would like to announce one thing, Madam.
Yeah,
Kindly permit me.
yeah.
So I request all the participants to fill the feedback form. The link will be posted in the chat
Okay.
box. Then you will get the certificate. Then get your certificate. And another thing is the 2-day sessions, yesterday's session and today's sessions will be converted into YouTube, and the link of that YouTube will be posted in the email address and WhatsApp group of this 2-day webinar, madam. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you, Dr. Ezra. Please give us the feedback as as quickly as possible so that you will get your e-certificates. And as he said, the link will be posted in the YouTube. If you want to watch that later on, for some sessions like what the Kamala Kumari madam was telling about the Microsoft groups and etc., and some clarifications, you can just listen at your ease, because it's recorded and it will be kept in the YouTube. Thank you very much once again. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much.